A moody photo of a lonely Ukrainian Challenger 2 tank, nestled in the snow apparently in Robotyne, in southern Ukraine's Zaporizhia Oblast, is a portrait of disappointment and hope. If Ukraine's long-anticipated 2023 counteroffensive had achieved all of its objectives, that tank wouldn't have been in Robotyne as the snow fell recently. It would have been in Melitopol, 40 miles to the south. But that the Challenger 2 is around to be photographed is a reminder that the Ukrainian military still has most of its newer Western-made equipment. And if the Ukrainians can reshape the battlefield, they can try again to drive on Melitopol. It won't be easy, of course. In fact, it might be even harder a second time. When the Ukrainian Army's 47th Mechanized Brigade attacked south of Mala Tokmachka on June 8, kicking off the main effort of Kyiv's counteroffensive, the goal was to liberate Robotyne, 5 miles to the south, within 24 hours. But it took 10 weeks, instead, and for one main reason. Russian minefields between Mala Tokmachka and Robotyne were denser than Ukrainian forces anticipated. Much denser. The 47th Brigade lost dozens of vehicles and potentially hundreds of people in its disastrous first assault. The plan, as detailed in an exhaustive new report from The Washington Post, was for Robotyne to be a springboard for the Ukrainians to strike toward occupied Melitopol. Instead, the Ukrainian counteroffensive corps ground to a halt in Robotyne, shortly after breaching the outermost layer of the main Russian trenchline threading through that town and neighboring Verbov. The battered 47th Brigade and its partner, the 33rd Brigade, led the attack with their Leopard 2 tanks until the 82nd Air Assault Brigade deployed in August, relieving the 47th so its weary troopers could rest and repair their vehicles. The 82nd Brigade is the main, or even sole, user of some of Ukraine's best foreign-donated vehicles: American-made Stryker-wheeled fighting vehicles, Marder-tracked fighting vehicles from Germany, and all 14 Challenger 2s that the United Kingdom provided. But those vehicles, while more sophisticated than the ex-Soviet vehicles that most Ukrainian brigades still use, still are vulnerable to mines. In late August or early September, one of the 69-ton, 4-person Challenger 2s struck a mine outside Robotyne. Immobilized, it was an easy target for a Russian anti-tank missile that set it ablaze and apparently cooked off the 120mm ammunition charges in the turret. The crew reportedly escaped before the vehicle burned to a crisp. That shattered, charred Challenger the 2nd of May as well have signaled the end of the Ukrainian counteroffensive, and the freezing of the front line. Robotyne was supposed to be the first objective of the counteroffensive. Instead, it was the last.